All right, good morning. It is now 6:02. You need a mortgage? What? Volunteer Home Mortgage is here for you 7 years. That's right. Jerry and her expert team are ready to help you with your purchases, refinances, and so much more. Don't wait to give them a call. You can call them today, actually. 865-238-7500 or visit them online at volunteerhomemortgage.com. Happy Friday Eve, my friends. Does that have a nice little ring to it? Did you like the way the air felt yesterday? Nice, warm, muggy feel. You get stuck inside the office building, then you step outside, and you're like, whoa, all right, there it is. Well, today's going to feel much more of the same. I know you saw it at the very beginning, but I want to take you up to Corrington. This is a camera I don't use very often, but because it's a solar-powered camera, so I can't keep it up all the time. But that's a live look in Corrington. Northeastern sections of Knox County, looking off to the north, and, looking off the northeast anyways, and House Mountains just off the distance there. So a really cool camera that we can share with you there. All right, let's talk numbers. I like to talk numbers with you, and then we'll talk about that severe weather potential because it now ramps up 2 days in a row. Friday and Saturday, complex of storms moves on through, so I'm going to time everything out for you. But yesterday we did make it to 87 degrees, and I was forecasting. Where'd my forecast sheet go? There it is. I was forecasting 87 degrees. So there you go. Got to get all my pieces of paper and things working around here. Anyways, you can hear me, but not. Oh, shoot. Sorry about that, Aaron. Now you can hear me better. Sounds like you're in a tunnel. I was in a tunnel. My microphone, I had the wrong mic. But there we go. We're back. We're back in action. All right, here we go. Thanks for the reports. I appreciate it. Thanks, Jason. We got you covered now. Wrong mic, can't hear you. Thanks, Eva. Yep, got the right mic up now. I thought it seemed a little weird, but forgot to push the wrong button. Anyways, it was a muggy day yesterday. Let's talk about your weather headlines here. Warm and muggy this afternoon. There is a chance for a few afternoon thunderstorms, but not expecting a lot. Severe weather potential ramps up Friday and Saturday with the complex of storms moving on through. So we have two complex of storms that are coming on through the area. There I am. And then the flood and flash flood risk increases because we're going to have training of storms. Think of a train. When I say training of storms, think of a train. Train goes over the same part of the tracks over and over and over again. That's what the storms could do. Plus, they're going to be very efficient rain producers. So let's show you the big picture first. We've got a disturbance to our south and east and a disturbance to our west, okay? That disturbance to the southeast, the National Hurricane Center has stopped monitoring that. It's not going to turn into anything tropical, so they are done with that system. But it is producing rain showers across North and South Carolina, and that energy has already increased the cloud coverage across upper East Tennessee, and that could help to spark off a couple of afternoon showers and thunderstorms. The best location will be across the upper East Tennessee area, but I'm going to watch those storms closely to our west because as that energy slides on through, it could help to spark off a couple of afternoon showers and thunderstorms as well. So we'll see how that plays out. The model forecasts aren't necessarily picking up on a lot of that activity, but the idea is that energy is going to moving on in as we heat up the atmosphere, which, of course, leads to afternoon showers and thunderstorms. All right, 60s and 70s to get the morning started. And actually, this morning is trending anywhere from 2 to upwards of 7 degrees warmer in some locations than yesterday. All right, the only reason I'm showing you this map is for anybody that travels, there is a severe weather risk to our west and northwest today. But that severe weather risk is a sign of our changing weather pattern that's heading our way tomorrow. Again, first things first, let's talk about today. We've got the clouds hanging out with us across upper East Tennessee. Anytime after the lunch hour, you can see a few showers and thunderstorms starting to fire across southwest Virginia, southeastern Kentucky, northeast, East Tennessee. But again, a couple of showers possible off to our north and west, top left-hand side of your screen, as this little decaying system kind of swings on through. So again, the general idea is going about 20 to 30% chance for some showers and thunderstorms today. Clearly, this does not depict much of a picture today. I'm not necessarily saying this is the say-all, be-all. We may have a few more storms develop through the peak heating of the day. So something to kind of keep in mind. And again, don't forget to track it with the East Tennessee Weather app and the interactive radar. That's going to be a great tool as we get into our Friday and Saturday, as well as we continue to track the potential for severe storms. Highs today will top out in the mid to upper 80s. Heat index values today, if you work outside, are going to be pushing close to 90, especially across the southern plateau and the southern valley. So let's talk about that risk level for severe storms Friday and Saturday. I've got a medium category for damaging winds. Looks like it's more of a damaging wind event. Got a medium category for heavy rain, training storms leading to flooding and flash flooding concerns. I think even more so on Saturday due to the heavy rain that we could see on Friday. There is a tornado potential more so on Saturday than there is on Friday, okay? But I'm going to keep it on the low side. There is a potential for some hail, but not nearly as likely. And the reason why is our freezing levels in our atmosphere. Where we drop below freezing up in the upper parts of the atmosphere is above 11,000 feet. Well, that's above the hail zone for hail to really form in a thunderstorm. And so because of that, that turns into more of a heavy rain event and efficient rain producers. And so that's why we're going to have some heavy rain showing up. Freezing level is just too high. All right, severe weather outlook. Here's your Friday, Saturday severe weather outlook by the Storm Prediction Center. Most of the area is under a level 2. Some of the area under a level 1 upper East Tennessee anyways. So again, as the storm moves in from west and pushes off to the east, that's what's going to produce that severe storms. You can see a level 2 risk for almost the entire state, stretching all the way along Interstate 40. So that's something to keep in mind. If you travel along Interstate 40 for your job, whether you're driving a big pickup truck or just traveling for work, or a semi-truck, I should say, not a pickup truck, a semi-truck, you want to keep that in mind because severe potential increases on Friday and Saturday along Interstate 40. And then the entire state and much of our region under a level 2 risk on Saturday into Sunday. Now, of course, I say Saturday to Sunday because this runs 24 hours from 12Z Saturday to 12Z Sunday, which is 8 a.m. Saturday to 8 a.m. on Sunday. So let's go ahead and walk you through it. Let's pick up our timeline on Friday morning. We're going to be nice and quiet. Everything's going to be doing just fine. And here comes that complex of thunderstorms coming out of Middle Tennessee as we get into the afternoon and evening hours. And again, that's going to be during peak heating of the day. So we get the unstable air, and we've got this energy moving on through. So Friday is going to be in the second half of our day. I'd say anytime after about 3 or 4 o'clock in the afternoon, start to anticipate showers and thunderstorms that could produce severe storms Friday afternoon and Friday evening. Those start to die down Friday night, but can't rule out a couple of spotty showers during the overnight hours. I don't think it's going to be a soggy start to our Saturday as it stands right now, but could have some wet roads and some wet soccer fields and ball fields around town. Then as we progress through our Saturday afternoon, the boundary is going to be lingering across the state. Now, this model only takes us till 3 o'clock in the afternoon on Saturday. But it is going to follow that boundary, a zonal flow, meaning the upper parts of the atmosphere is just basically, there's no big kinks in the atmosphere. It's moving basically from due west to east. But it's going to be that complex of thunderstorms late Saturday that could present a problem as well. And that's going to be that one that could present us a little bit of a tornado threat. All right, so the rain chances are going to be elevated. It is going to be a stormy weekend, but as I've mentioned all week long, it's not going to be an all-day washout, both Saturday and Sunday. So that's good news to pass along. But it definitely is going to produce or present us anyways that severe weather potential. All right, so now as we move right along with our forecast for the 7-day forecast anyways, you'll see those temperatures climb into the mid to upper 80s today and tomorrow, then more seasonable temperatures Saturday, Sunday, Monday, with slightly below average temperatures Tuesday, Wednesday. Not a big deal, though. Fairly seasonable weather beyond as we get into the weekend and into next week. All right, so that's the forecast here for the next 7 days. I don't know if you saw this on social media. The only reason I want to mention this because I've had a lot of you ask. Let's see. There you go. You're welcome, Brian. He says, Mike, I like the breakdown of the weather. I need to take a lesson on hail, 11,000 feet. Got to look at the freezing level there, Brian. There's so many different parts of the atmosphere that you got to look at when we talk about severe weather potential or snowfall forecasts or any forecast, really. But I digress. Okay, so I posted this on social. If you didn't see it, a lot of you have been asking, how does this year seem to be a very excessive year when it came to severe weather? A lot of you have been asking on social media. So I went and dove into the details. This is from January 1st through May 31st of 2024. These are the tornado warnings that we had across the state. Okay? Now let's show you what it looks like so far this year. And that's so far this year. Look at the difference. No wonder we thought that severe weather was more rampant this year than what it was last year. There's 2024, and here's so far 2025. And now we were talking about the potential for maybe some isolated tornadoes as we wrap up the week and head into the upcoming weekend. So again, I can't stress enough, if you are joining on Facebook and you have not downloaded the East Tennessee Weather app, Scan that QR code in the bottom right-hand side of the screen, or just log on to your app store, or just go to easttnweather.com. I have links to download it for Android and iPhone. Yes, it works on tablets as well. But it's going to be a great tool as these severe storms, potential severe storms anyways, start to warm their way back up. Good morning, Eddie. How are you this morning? Got Rachel joining us. And today is your husband's birthday. Happy birthday, Matt. That's amazing. What's up, buddy? And then you get all the birthday shout outs from everybody here on the chat. There we go. Carol says, good morning. My friend in Rocky Mount, North Carolina watches our weather, so he knows what is headed his way. And that's a great thing to do. Yeah, isn't that crazy, Aaron? The amount of tornado warnings we've had this year has been mind-blowing. And the amount of tornadoes and the amount of deaths that we've had. The lives lost that we've had so far this year as well. Not a great thing. All right, let's move right along. It is now just about 6:15. Let's take you to downtown Gatlinburg before we talk about your national holidays for the day today. It's a live look at downtown Gatlinburg, by the way. Nice little shot of the Smoky Mountains. I love our national park. I don't get up there as much as I'd like to. Part of the reason why is I don't want to battle the traffic, but I think that's kind of the way it works sometimes, right? Sometimes we don't take advantage of our own backyard as much as we should. And you're like, oh, I wish I could travel there. And everyone's going, well, you have a beautiful backyard. Why? I want to travel there. You know what I'm talking about? Anyways, let's talk about those national holidays. And of course, we're celebrating Matt's birthday today. So happy birthday to Matt or anybody else celebrating a birthday today. And if you have any events going on here for the upcoming weekend, let me know. I always like to throw those chats. Throw those in the chat, and then I can throw those up on the air. Like Felicia, say, I've got an outdoor market on Saturday night. Well, maybe you don't. Maybe you don't. It's National Ketchup Day. I'll give a big shout out to ketchup. I like ketchup. But let me ask you this question. And I think this goes for any condiments, generally speaking. But do you have a certain brand? Are you good with off brands, generic brands of ketchup? Or is like, whatever, Heinz the only one you get? You know what I mean? I'm pretty particular when it comes to ketchup. Most everything else, I'm fairly not. All right, it's National Start Over Day. All right, let's see what this one's about, shall we? Today is June 5th on National Day calendar, and it's National Start Over Day. Intended to remind you it's perfectly fine to start over. Today's National Day is about making the decision to accept failure and start over from scratch. Well, that's a great day. I essentially did that starting East Tennessee Weather, right? Left a very good, comfortable corporate job. Yes, it was a corporate job. To start my own company. So I started over, building everything from the bottom up, from the ground up. You know, remember the old saying, if you don't first succeed, then try again. Well, all of us seem to have heard that one time or another in our life. We can all agree it has been used to inspire us to never give up and to keep trying. Today, we want to remind everyone, despite any setbacks you may have, don't give up. Keep going. Even if that means starting over. That's the way it works, my friends. If you give up, you'll never try anything. You'll never be good at anything. You know what I mean? It's National Veggie Burger Day. I'll give a big shout out to that. I like veggie burgers. I do like a good solid hamburger too, but veggie burgers or black bean burgers with guacamole on top of it. Ooh, it's so good. It's National Moonshine Day. I'll give a big shout out to that. May he rest in peace, Popcorn Sutton. I always thought that story was a little, I don't want to shoot myself in the foot here, but I always thought that story, it was a little sad to me. It was a little disturbing, a little sad to me, how Popcorn Sutton got in trouble. Of course, there was a wildfire in the Smokies, in Cott County. The firefighters had to go. This is how I remember it or understand it. I could be totally wrong on my story, by the way. So don't quote me on this, but this is how I know it. There was a fire. Firefighters have the right of way to go on people's property to fight a fire. They happen to cross through Popcorn Sutton's property, saw all of his moonshine stills, and so then he got in trouble for that, right? Was going to go to jail, was going to go to prison, and ended up taking his own life because if you know him at all, that is he's not going to jail. He don't like the law, right? So unfortunately, he took his own life. But then what was it, like 8 months to a year later, all of a sudden now they made moonshine legal. Like the poor guy, just a little bit longer, and could have been racking in some serious cash. Now, I do think that they make Popcorn Sutton moonshine still that they sell on the shelves, I think. I could be wrong on that as well. But who's getting the money on that, right? He ain't getting it. He lost his life. Anyways, flavored moonshine, there we go. Cinnamon apple's always a good one. That's always a good one for sure. And it's also National Gingerbread Day. Ooh, I do like gingerbread. I've never really had gingerbread like that per se, but I like gingerbread. Well, I guess I have. And ginger snaps and all those kind of things. All right, TK Gourmet's Food Wagon. Good morning, Mike. The smokers are going, and this old guy is out of bed. You have got a lot of food to serve this weekend, and hopefully you're serving things inside. And watch out for those storms this weekend, Tom. Yeah, I'm with you on Cheryl. Cheryl on that one. No off-brands. Heinz for Carol. I'm with you on that one. Heinz only for Aaron as well. It's one of those. It's weird, right? Some of these off-brands just can't quite get the flavor that the originals that loved it as a kid that we've always had. Good morning, Darla, from Mama and me in Jacksboro. We'll tell your mama I said hi. And happy birthday to those who have birthdays and anniversaries today. Hope you all have a great day today and are staying safe, healthy, and happy. Darla, I appreciate that so much. National Start Over Day is cool. I'm going to look that one up. Anybody want to start over on anything? I mean, I did. I promised myself I'd never go back to college as well when I graduated the first time. Then I started over and went back to college. So there's that. Good morning, Harlan County, Kentucky. How are you this morning? The very best condiment, though, is my dad's barbecue sauce, Big Mike's barbecue sauce, Mike's Smoked Meats. Can you buy his barbecue sauce in town, first of all? Second of all, I think I've told you this before, Aaron, that, your dad and I are going to have a barbecue sauce competition. Because I make my own barbecue sauce as well. And just so you know, my dad won a barbecue sauce contest, the sauce I make today, when I was back in 1982. He was in the Denver Post, the newspaper back then. I was quoted in the Denver Post. I was really sad that my dad won the barbecue contest because that means we won a very brand new barbecue grill. And I was sad to get rid of the old one. That was the quote in the newspaper. Great. That lives on forever. But either way, Aaron, I could actually just give you a sample of my barbecue sauce and for your dad to have, and then I would like a sample of his. Well, we don't have to do a competition, but I would like to try it for sure. Popcorn Sutton's story is sad. Your father-in-law was good friends with Popcorn. My wife actually her claim to fame with Popcorn is she used to massage him, and he used to pay for everything he did in moonshine. Didn't pay cash for anything. Let's see. We'll be at the Rittenhouse Bakery Friday for dinner in Corrington from 5 to 7:30 for some amazing barbecue. So if anybody's looking for that, Tom, 5 to 7:30. You're going to have to watch the weather, buddy. Oh, Rachel, I missed the forecast. How does the weather look like for Moo Fest Saturday? I'll send you back to the 24-hour weather channel. Of course, I do everything on the platform right now. It is 6:22. I have to wrap things up here in just a second because I have to. My wife has worked very, very hard over the last few days and has had some very extremely long days. While my kids are in summer school, and so I've got to wrap things up, go in and get them off to school, and let my wife sleep in this morning. That's what I'm going to do. So Tammy, if you have the East Tennessee Weather app, open up the app. I've got this broadcasting right now on the app itself. And as soon as we wrap things up, I'll send you right back to the 24-hour weather channel right there at the top of the app. and you can get your forecast from me there, or open up the app and just watch your full forecast. But it does look like afternoon and evening severe storms Friday and Saturday. Few pop-up thunderstorms expected throughout the day today. Heavy rain, severe potential, flooding, flash flooding could be a concern Friday and Saturday, so we're definitely have to keep you posted on that. I cannot share that recipe. It is a family recipe that one day my brothers and I want to jar and sell. Yes, you can get a sauce in the Maryville Corner Market and Benton's. Alan Benton himself says he is the best. Better yet, Aaron, let's do a trade. Okay? Go get some from your dad. Shoot me a message. We'll do a trade. Anyways, more on your forecast, of course, throughout the day. Make sure that you check in at least throughout the day tomorrow to see what the severe weather potential is looking like. Of course, as always, I appreciate you. Be safe, be kind to each other. Life is short. I'll see you back here tomorrow.